Hello, everyone. Welcome in today. The 6-0 Florida Gators look to continue their win streak against the 3-3 Auburn Tigers. Coming into today, the Gators are currently leading the SEC East. Defeating the Tigers would give them their best start under Coach KJ, at least at his time here in Florida. We do get both of our halfbacks back this week after they were injured last week. We're only going to be missing Guyassi Blanks, the normal starter. However, he's out basically for the rest of the regular season, so that doesn't matter. But we still have one other question to answer. Can we get this turnover bug under control? We have been on a massive streak of at least 2 turnovers a game, and we got to get that under control. This makes 3 in a row. Let's see if we can break it here today. Welcome into the Coach KJ Dynasty, and we're underway today. We're going to begin on offense with Dana Garcia at quarterback. As you can see, them 10 interceptions are killer. Only 6 games into the season. That's more than 1 a game. We got to fix that as Garcia nearly throws a pick to start this one. Luckily, that was dropped, and it didn't matter. Looking at our skill position starters, as you can see, Ladarius Marlowe's at the running back position. He has been shaken up quite a bit since taking over. However, when he's been in there playing, he's actually been very dynamic. So let's hope he can stay healthy today and give us a full game. He gets the carry to begin his day, and he takes that for 7. So on 3rd and 3, we go right back to Marlowe. He cuts it to the inside, breaks the tackle. He's going to get that first down. Man, he makes plays that I don't think a lot of other running backs in the nation can make with his quick twitch ability. We're going to go right back to him, and he breaks another tackle here, and he does not find anything else after that. It's still a 3-yard gain. We'll take it. That's a solid carry. From the gun here, we're going to run play action with Garcia and look to take a shot down the field and open up this defense. And we completely missed Jensen Skalski, who was running wide open. So now 3rd and long, we got to pass Garcia with pressure in his face. Finds Macario Dorba for the big gain and a 19-yard pickup. Wow, that was impressive. It was definitely a missed block, though, by Ladarius Marlowe. He didn't even touch the edge there, as Dorba gets a 2nd straight reception, picking up 6 on this one. Back to the ground game here, but it's going to be read option, and we pull it with Dana Garcia, and he's going to get the first down and pick up 10. He's not much of a scrambler, so you love to see him being able to do that for us as he goes underneath. Tommy Taylor, the second, comes down with that. That's a 7-yard gain. We have Murphy in the game here as we're going to go play action off of him, and Garcia's going to take a shot down the field. That's Macario Dorba at the sideline, and he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. They're going to take a 7-0 lead over the Tigers today with about 5 minutes left in the first half. Auburn's coming out on offense for the first time. It's Nathan Smith at quarterback, the junior. He's been decent for him, honestly. We've played him before. I don't think he's the most dynamic guy in the world, as he's going to hand that off to Trent Ross on the jet sweep. That one didn't go anywhere. That was a short gain. And, you know, the Tigers come into this one really struggling this year. They need to get this victory in order to get their goals met and get to bowl eligibility, because they have a pretty tough stretch of games left after this one. So they need an upset, and honestly, they upset us last year and beat us, so they're coming into this one pretty confident that they can do it again this year. We lost that one 23-13 last year, as they're going to hand it off to David Rose-Ivy for a 2-yard gain, the sophomore fullback, who gets a ton of carries, and last year he was their best offensive threat against us. They didn't pass the ball hardly at all. He took 23 carries for 125 yards and a score, and somehow he wasn't the player of the game, but thankfully the player of the game was on defense, and he's gone now, so we don't have to worry about that. Rose-Ivy is again tearing us up, taking that for 17 yards. That was a big carry for the Tigers, and if we know anything about this offense, we know they're going to pound the ball at us all day. That's what they did last year. This is actually the 2nd pass of the game already for Nathan Smith. That one goes for 10 yards to Gary Sims. Back to the ground game. They're going to go on the next play, and it's Rose-Ivy again finding some space, but luckily Norkeithius Moore wrapped him up and took him down after 5. They're going to send Bradford Jr. in motion, and they're going to go to their ground game, and that's backup running back Andrew Talufis. Technically, he's their top running back, but he does not start over David Rose-Ivy here for the Tigers, as it's back up now 3rd and 6. That was a very short gain. Smith's got a pass. He checks it down underneath to Lamar Luce, and he only picked up 2, and he ends up getting hurt on the play. That forces the Tigers to have to settle for the field goal from about 40-ish yards out. The kick's up, and it's good. It's 7-3 now. Gators still leading. They're going to end up kicking this down there, and we have Jensen Skalski back on the return. You know, if we're showing special teams, something has to happen here. Skalski going to the right. He finds a little bit of space, cutting outside. He's going to go untouched, I think. As long as there's no flags, this is going to be a touchdown. He's across midfield, and there's the flag. I seen it coming too. They blocked the kicker in the back. That's what happened there. I could see the angle of the blocker, and I knew it was going to end up happening. Dang, man, I hate that. That's one of the most annoying things in football. You get a big play, and you get a stupid penalty that doesn't matter. He did not have to block anybody on that one. So it all comes back. Skalski, I'm sorry, man. That was all for nothing, as that's into double coverage. Luckily, Jaden Norwood came down with it, picked up 11, and got a Gators first down. Garcia passing underneath here. That's Freeman. We'll take that on first down. That's a nice, solid 5-yard reception there. Freeman's actually been quite a find. I wouldn't say he's the most dynamic downfield threat, but he's actually a really good tight end, and I wish we would have played him more earlier in his career. As we find Logan Houston here for 15 yards. That's a big gain. It looks like Houston's open again, but hey, Tommy Taylor the second's open, and they find him underneath. That's an 11-yard pickup for the Gators and another first down. Garcia's going to pass here, and he goes underneath and finds Macario Dorba, who can't hold on. That's Jermaine Boyette knocking it out. If you remember him, he was a transfer linebacker that we thought was going to start for us, but luckily we were able to replace him as Marlowe gets a carry, jukes, breaks a tackle, and he is going down the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. What a nice carry there from Marlowe as he gets hit in the backfield. Loses 4 on the next one. That one just wasn't blocked up well at all, truthfully. That's going to end the first quarter here. It's 7-3 Florida leading. And, you know, this is a game that we need to win. Auburn traditionally gives us a lot of trouble. Like I said, they already upset us last year, so we need to make sure we control this game as Garcia's on the move here, looking to pass to begin the second quarter. He checks it down underneath. That's Freeman making the reception. Pushing ahead, picking up 7, making it 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line. So they're going to go to the ground game, and it's Garcia pulling it on a read option and walking in for 6. Touchdown, Florida. We're going to take a 14-3 lead here in this one. That is exactly what we're looking for. We got to keep these guys under control as it's Nathan Smith looking to pass. He has all day in the pocket, and he's going to tuck and run. We have Lohman on a spy, and he breaks Lohman's tackle. That's going to be a first down. He has all sorts of space. He's up to the 50. He breaks another tackle. Are we ever going to get this guy down? We do. But, man, that was a 31-yard gain. That was not good at all. That's exactly what you expect out of Nathan Smith, though. He is not a dynamic passer, but on the ground, that kid will burn you if you give him the opportunity as he finds Sims through the air, and that's going to be another first down. And probably about a 15-yard gain there. I mean, he's actually improved his passing. It looks like he's doing quite well against us as, again, he just tucks to run as soon as there's pressure. It works, though. That's a first down. Jerry Reese takes him down, but that's a 12-yard gain. Back to the ground game. It's David Rose-Ivy getting outside, getting to the edge, lowering his shoulder, breaking a tackle. He can't quite push in, though. J.J. White gets him down at 3, so they go to Bidette, who's at fullback here. He's actually the backup. That's no gain. They should have had Rose-Ivy there. That would have been a touchdown. But they're going to send their tight end in motion. Rose-Ivy, play action off of him. And it looks like Nathan Smith's going to walk in untouched. Touchdown, Tigers. It's 14-10 here today. I mean, you can't do that. You got to run a spy on Nathan Smith in the red zone. You've got to know better than that. Coach KJ made a mistake there as it's Marlowe getting a carry to begin the Gators drive. Hopefully they can answer here. We don't want to have to fight our way back and keep this game close because the Tigers, like I said, find a way to upset us all the time as it's Freeman making a reception. That's a solid 11-yard pickup. We're happy with that. So back into the gun, here we go, and we go to the ground game once again. It's Marlowe juking, finding some space, 9 yards. Like I said, he's a dynamic player. You just got to get him out there. Health has been the biggest issue with Ladarius Marlowe as he's finding space out again to the sideline. He's at the 40, tries to break a tackle. He's down to like the 37-yard line. What a run by our star running back. You could make the argument that he deserves to keep the job even when Guy S.C. Blanks comes back just based on how he's performed. The biggest thing, like I said, is he's got to get healthy as Jermaine Boyette again makes his presence felt for the Tigers. Back to the ground game. It's Murphy in, juking, breaking a tackle, picking up 6. We'll take it, man. 3rd and 4 is a great situation to be in considering where we were at. So we're going to pass. Garcia dropping back in the pocket's got to be smarter than that, though. He checks it down, finds Cody Polamalu, and that's going to be a Gator first down. What a play by our fullback. You're not going to see him utilize much, but when he is, you love to see him making plays. As it's Murphy again getting the carry, juking, picking up 7. I'm telling you, these young backs have been quite impressive for us. I didn't expect this much out of them. I knew I wanted to get Marlowe on the field, but I didn't expect anything out of the younger guys. As Dana Garcia pulls it on a read option and takes it for a 20-yard touchdown. You do not expect that out of him. That's an exciting play right there. He showed off speed. He showed off quite a bit of ability. He's come a long way. He's not the most comfortable running the ball, but he does great when we ask him to do it. And, you know, he's been effective this year, so we'll take it as it's 2nd and 13. And they're going to go to play action here. Rose-Ivy in the block as Nathan Smith goes down the field, and that was a dreadful pass. We should have had a pick there. I don't understand how Apu didn't hold on to that one. So 3rd and 13, and they're going to go to the screen game. Terrible decision. We'd get a sack out of it. Great, we'll take it. I mean, that was just a bad call. J.J. White's dominating them out here, so the Gators take over up around past midfield here. Actually, as Murphy's going to catch the screen. Murphy accelerates. They have all sorts of blockers out front. Murphy's going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Florida. We're pulling away here. Minute 59 left in the half, and we're up 28-10. It looks like the Gators are set to blow out the Tigers. Hopefully they can keep this going. They just got to stop them here before halftime as David Rose-Ivy gets a carry, and, you know, he went nowhere. That was a 3-yard loss. He just went backwards. We were all over him. So Nathan Smith's going to have to pass, and, you know, that's not something he does much, as he only attempted 12 passes against us last year. He was effective when he threw, but 12 passes isn't enough, and you could see that lack of trust in him right here as it's 3rd and 18, and they just hand it off. So the Gators are going to call a timeout. and they're going to get the ball back, and they're going to attempt to get some points on the board, as that is nearly a sack for Dana Garcia and also nearly a fumble, so I'm glad it ended up not being one. Second down, though, they go to Macario Dorba, who breaks. Didn't really break the tackle, but he picked up 12 yards. You got to be happy with that. And 36 seconds left in the half underneath. Sam Freeman breaks a tackle here, gets the first down, stops the clock, so we're able to keep rushing to the line. We only have one timeout left. And 32 seconds as Garcia's going to pass. Going down the field, he has an open receiver. That's Jaden Norwood picking up 18. Another first down, so we don't have to use that timeout for Garcia. Passing, going towards the end zone. That's Sam Freeman, just shy at about the 3-yard line. 18 seconds left, though, in the half now. Garcia's going to pass here. Can he get into the end zone? That one's short. That's to Macario Dorba. Call the timeout here. And it looks like that's what they did. So they have 2 shots at the end zone. They got to be smart here as Garcia's going to pass underneath. What are you doing? That's Ladarius Marlowe coming down with it. That isn't a good play call. We are not going to have time to get into the end zone. The half runs out on us. That's a big mistake from our junior quarterback. He should not have done that. You got to know better than that. Luckily, it didn't happen in a more critical situation, and it's still a 28-10 Gators lead, but man, that was dumb. We should at least be up 31-10 in this game. That's a big mistake. You cannot understate just how bad that really was. But luckily for us, Auburn's going to be taken out of their sweet spot. They're not going to be able to run the ball and get back in this game, I don't think. They only have 5 passing attempts so far. Nathan Smith's going to have to trust his arm, open it up, and start passing, and that's something he seems afraid to do. And I think that's going to benefit our defense. I think when he does finally try to pass, it's going to be ugly. I really do. So hopefully we can keep this defense or offense under control like I expect us to. Looking at some recruits, we had Christian Naylor commit to NC State. He was a 4-star receiver we were hoping for. We also lost out on a 6'7" athlete, Robert Fuller, to Miami. That was disappointing. We did get a 3-star strong safety in Bryce Miller. We need safety help, so that's a good pickup. We also got a 6'6" athlete in Nate Johnson to commit to us. I don't know where he's going to play, but that's going to be a nice commit when we get him out on the field. As the second half's underway here, as we're going to boot it down to Auburn. Like I said, we get a stop here, and I think this game's going to be out of reach for the Tigers. They're down by 3 scores, and this offense isn't dynamic enough to come back. As you know, right there's a pass to Lamar Luce that I didn't expect to be made by Nathan Smith. He actually looked pretty comfortable there. He did catch us off guard, though. We were sending a lot of pressure at him as Smith's looking to pass back-to-back plays, and that looks exactly like the Nathan Smith that I know, as he's going to pass again here. They're not kidding around with this passing attack, as it's just going to be a screen, and it doesn't work. Quentin Smith had nowhere to go. He lost a yard. It's 3rd and 11 now. It's all on Nathan Smith to create here. Standing in the pocket, moving, checking it down. Lamar, I mean, it didn't matter if Lamar Luce caught that. He had nowhere to go. That forces the Tigers to punt the ball back to this Gators offense. 1 score and this game's over. We cannot have a pick, which is what nearly happened there. That was a big mistake by Dana Garcia. So we decide let's get back to the ground game here and find Ladarius Marlowe cuts. And man, that kid is dynamic. He just picked up 13 there. He has been a find getting him out in the field. I expected a lot out of him, but truthfully, he's even better than what I thought he would be, as he again is going to pick up another 10 yards right there. I mean, this kid is fantastic. He has everything I was hoping for, and like I said, I don't see how I can put Guyesi Blanks above him on the depth chart. I really don't. I just don't see a way it can happen. He has been so good for us. As long as he's healthy, the kid just makes plays, as Garcia's going to go down the field into coverage. He threw it in the 4 guys there. Jaden Norwood didn't stand a chance. That was picked. That's going to give the Tigers new life. You can't do it, dude. You can't do it. You got to get better. It's been his biggest issue all season. And honestly, it makes me think about benching him for Khalif Ramsey. The thing is, we're playing well and we're winning, so I don't want to pull him, but these mistakes just are totally unacceptable, honestly. At this point, you got to know when to not throw the bad pass, and he just doesn't seem to do it. And I do know a little bit of it's because of his limited arm strength. He doesn't have the best arm, so, you know, I think he can fit it in places that he truly can't fit it in, so some of that's on me. But I'm disappointed seeing all these turnovers. I was hoping to get him pro this year and turn it over to Khalif Ramsey next year, but honestly, I don't have a lot of hope that that's going to happen, as we just got to stop here on the Tigers, and Skalski's back on the return. He's going to take that from about the 22-yard line cut, and he's going to find a little bit of space out here to the left. 1 man to beat. And he does beat him. Now I think he's gone. I don't see anybody catching him. As long as there's no flags, that looks like a punt return for Jensen Skalski. Special teams coming in clutch, and that's exactly what it is. It's a 77-yard punt return, giving the Gators a 35-10 lead here halfway through the 3rd quarter. I mean, that is everything we are looking for. Now let's see if our defense can keep clamping them up, as Nathan Smith's just going to try to run once again. You're not going to run your way back into this game, man. You're not Oregon State. They did it. You're not going to do it to me. I can tell you that, as Nathan Smith is going to be forced to pass. He does find an open receiver. That's Lamar Luce beating Noah Annie-Bagnam, picking up 20 and getting the first down. That's a solid play, but I just don't think he trusts his arm enough as they're going to go back to the draw. That's David Rose-Ivy picking up 5. That's fine when the game's closer. When the game's out of hand like this, you can't keep doing that as they're looking to throw a screen. And instead, it's just play action down the field, and, that's actually a good call. Quentin Smith's going to take that for a big 24-yard gain. Smith, again, looking to pass here, feeling no pressure, and he's going to have an open receiver. That's Gary Sims for 21 yards, setting him up with a first and goal at about the 2.5-yard line for David Rose-Ivy to walk in for 6. Touchdown, Auburn. They're kind of back in it a little bit here as it's 35-17. Let's see if this Gators offense can answer. Marlowe's going to go for 6. That's pretty much what you expect out of this kid, about 6 yards a carry as Garcia's going to pass now. I see an open receiver, but he didn't pull the trigger. Now what's he going to do? He's going to tuck, run, get the first down, get out of bounds. That's 6 yards. You'll take it. That's something Garcia didn't do last year prior to his injury or even when he returned. I love to see that growth out of him as he finds Dorba underneath for 7 yards. And right under center now, they're going to hand it off. That's Jackson getting the carry, breaking a tackle, getting the first down. That's a tough run. He played pretty well for us last week. There were some struggles when he had to step in full-time as a starter. So I'm glad we have our other guys back, but he's okay, and I like giving him some carries as he lost a yard there. 2nd and 11 now. Jackson getting another carry, juking. Picks up short yardage. It's only for 4. Now it's 3rd and long. We're going to have to pass here. Garcia looking down the field. No pressure in his face, which is good, and gosh, man, he threw another pick. What are you doing? I just don't know what he's doing. That was bad ball placement. He also doesn't have the arm strength, like I said, to get that pass in there. We got to do better. This is actually going to let the Tigers back in the game, I'm afraid of. If they get a touchdown here, it's an 11-point game, and that's a big mistake as David Rose-Ivy's busting off a run here. One man to beat, and luckily Max Pierre gets him out of bounds. He picks up 20 to end the 3rd quarter, but this game's a lot closer than it should be, and the Tigers are driving, making this potentially an 11-point game if they can get a touchdown. So let's see if the Gators can stop him as Smith's by himself in the backfield, tucking to run. That's his kryptonite. He always looks to run. He fumbled the ball. That's recovered by J.J. White. The Gators get the ball back. Luckily, they answered a turnover with a turnover, and that's going to save us. As we're going to go to Jackson and give him a carry here, he finds some space out to the right. That's a solid 7-yard rush. So 2nd and 3 now. We're going to come out in the pistol, and it's going to be a pass here with Garcia, who goes underneath, and he just missed Sam Freeman. That should have been an easy first down, bringing up 3rd down now for Marlowe to get decked. He had nowhere to go. That was Quincy Gate Jr. He led the team in tackles last year and was pretty good for them making that stop. But we decide let's go for it, and Jensen Skalski comes open on the little out route. We'll take that first down as Garcia goes down the field to Jensen Skalski, who takes a big hit at the end of that one and holds on. That's a 21-yard reception for the Gators, and another first down as Garcia's going to run it here, break a tackle, show some power off out of his big frame, and keep pushing ahead. That's an 11-yard run, and that might be his most impressive carry of his entire career here with the Gators as Marlowe gets a carry and a jukes and finds some space. That's solid, man. I like his skills at running back. 7 yards of carry is really nice as he's showing off his speed. He can't make a man miss there, but that's going to be another 5-yard rush and a Gator first down. Setting up 1st and goal now from about the 7 or 6 yard line for Garcia to check it down. That's Jaden Norwood holding on. Quincy Gay Jr. with the hit. So 2nd down and goal from about the 4 for Garcia to throw it underneath. Macario Dorba goes in. Touchdown, Florida. They're going to start pulling away in this one. 42-17 with 4:45 left in this game. Let's see if Nathan Smith and the Auburn Tigers can at least try to make it interesting as Wilson makes a reception. He picks up 8. That's solid. Good way to begin his drive. So Smith under center again, looking to pass. He's probably going to end up passing more than he did last season as he finds Smith on back-to-back plays to beat Nelson Lohman there. That's a solid pickup. Again, looking to pass. Like I said, they have to in this situation, so we'll see if that impacts them at all. As David Rose-Ivy makes the reception, goes for 12 after breaking off that tackle. That's a great pickup there, and David Rose-Ivy's really showing off his versatility as Smith's going to pass. Actually, he's going to tuck and run. He has all sorts of space up the middle. First down and more for the Tigers. What a play there for Nathan Smith. He still doesn't look polished as a passer, but you love to see him when he gets on the move and he starts running around as David Rose-Ivy shows off the power and goes for 6. It really doesn't help much, though. It looks like Tigers are just trying to run up their stats a bit as Rose-Ivy tries to get to the edge. He had nowhere to go. Nelson Lohman ran through Bidet and made that tackle. Great play by our stud linebacker as the Tigers are looking to send their tight end in motion, probably just to run behind him, and that's what they do as Andrew Talufas gets a carry and the first down. He gets pushed out of bounds. Troy Apu made that happen after 6 yards. Smith looking to pass here, tucking the run, actually, and he's going to take a sack. That's Norkeithius Moore getting him down. Bradford has to check into the game, the backup quarterback, and he's going to throw a screen out there to David Rose-Ivy, who goes nowhere. That's Reese making the play. Bradford is their backup quarterback. Honestly, he's okay. As you can see, Nathan Smith's not returning today, so he's going to finish out the game. And, you know, Bradford's an 80 overall, so he's not that big of a downgrade. He's a senior redshirt. He has pretty decent ability, not much of a scrambler, but if you look at his passing stats, they're actually pretty bad when you look at his throw power, but then his throw accuracy is 91, so he kind of plays a lot like Dana Garcia, and that's a mold that can work as he finds Bradford Jr. for the touchdown. 42-24 is going to be your score here. Gators take over following a failed onside kick. I didn't see a point in showing that off. They're going to go to Marlowe, lose a yard here. That's Jermaine Boyette Jr. making the play for the Tigers. Back to the ground game, and this time Garcia tries to pull it. He didn't have time to get out of there. Clock's running down those. There's 49 seconds left in this one on 3rd and 15. Garcia's going to pass underneath to Tommy Taylor the second. That's not a first down. He's going to pick up probably like, I guess 10. I thought I was going to say 12 or so. But the Gators decide let's go for it with 4 seconds left. Drain the clock. See if we can complete a pass as we go down the field. Jaden Norwood one-on-one. Couldn't hold on, but this game's over. Dana Garcia is your player of the game. He had himself a day with 5 total touchdowns. He was actually a beast out there, and you know, this is kind of the upside of Dana Garcia, and this is the side of him you hope to see throughout the rest of this season. Like I said, that turnover bug's been really bad, and it kind of struck in this one with 2 interceptions as well. But he hit 70% of his passes, went for 262 yards. Marlowe on the ground had 119 yards, no touchdowns. But Garcia added 2 of them in almost 50 yards. That's pretty impressive. Macario Dorba had 74 yards on 7 catches and 2 scores. Murphy added a 38-yard screen that he took to the house for a touchdown. On defense, Lohman led us making 6 tackles, 3 TFLs for JJ White. He is a beast. And honestly, I think he's on track to possibly be like a number 1 or at least a top 5 overall pass rusher in the NFL draft next year. The kid's almost unstoppable, and I can't wait to see him at the next level. Hopefully we can somehow swing him, but I hope the Raiders are not that bad to where we can manage to get him. You know, we'll have to see though. Hopefully things turn around and go a little bit better for this team. I already know how the offseason went there, and we just haven't been able to get past it yet because I decided to try to do 2 series that are all post-com, and let's be honest, it's too much, especially with a newborn. And that's why you've noticed videos have probably been kind of slow lately, and I do apologize for that. Anybody that's still here, know that I appreciate you being here, and know that I love making this series, and it's not going away. We're going to tie it up before the end of this cycle as we get new EA Sports College Football 25 out. I'm finishing this video up after seeing the reveal trailer, and this one may come out before or after our team reveal for the next one. Just know that I am excited and pumped to do that game, but I'm also excited and pumped to finish out this series. At the rate we're going, we're probably not going to get through another full season in this style. I will likely have to take this season, go normal, and hopefully we can somehow finish strong here. I know how the ending goes, but I can't reveal that to you guys. I did get to the end of it. But after this season, I think we're going to have to go single season sims, basically. But they're not going to be simulated. I'm going to play all the games. I'm just going to show you highlights. I'm going to show you the stats, the scoring, and then maybe some plays in there throughout the year. And hopefully that allows us to tie up this series with 4 solid years at the end. I'm excited to get to the new game, but I also want to see Coach KJ finished off right. We need to see him win a title. We need to see him finish off this rebuild with the Gators and get them back on top like what Urban Meyer did after Steve Spurrier left. You know, it's just one of them things that the series would almost feel incomplete if we couldn't get him on top, especially with my favorite team. And knowing that we're going to a new game, I'm probably not going to be doing the Gators back-to-back because that'd be boring. Either way, I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you guys for watching. Next week, we'll be taking on the Georgia Bulldogs, and I look forward to taking them down. I really do despise the Bulldogs, and I think we'll beat them. They're ranked number 7. It's going to be a tough matchup. They're slightly better than us, but I think we're going to be better than them where it matters, and that's on the field. Have a great day, and I'll be back with more Coach KJ soon. I'm out.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a